my 3 pages of notes. How dare you?
I mean, if you could tuck it up to 1 page of recitations, that would be great.
Maybe.
Maybe. Are we recording?
We are recording.
Sweet!
I need you to not, Louis, right now, please.
There's a whole recap to do, Louis. Stand aside, sir.
Okay. Hello. All right.
There will be no standing aside. Louis will be doing the recap.
You'll like that. I hear he's very attentive.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was looking at a work email. So
Blah.
yeah.
The Batman slapping Robin meme. Looking at a work
Okay.
email.
So we are heading out westward. You know? Super
Yeah.
fun times.
Got some company and
Uh,
everything.
yeah. We basically have a company. We have Horatia, Louisa, Tommy, which I do want you to note that I put in parentheses, the rock guy. Dante, Nero, and Fabio. So they're all with us. So we do have a little platoon marching along, and we come across a small village that is actively fighting out all light. We separate. We go into 2 separate groups. Abigail and Kaiser are going to scout ahead, and Kiara is going to use a spyglass to keep an eye out. And Horatia's like, "You have the light of Desimata, Kaiser. Remember." As they go in, um, they find a statue with basically this person holding a tablet and a lantern, but the heart of this lantern is, instead of providing light, is preventing light from being shown. Again, Abigail is once tempted by this darkness to just, hey, wouldn't it be nice to just take a nap here? Wouldn't you just want to? You know? And Kaiser's like, the day just started. We're fine.
We just got here.
Blissfully unaware Kaiser.
Yes. But he decides to go investigate this darkness in the lantern, so he starts climbing on up. Go back to Kyra, who keeps watching, and Horatia's like, "Hey, you see that swirling darkness over there at the other end? I'm gonna go take care of it. You want to join?" She says, "Sure." So the rest of that merry bunch heads down that way. The fight's not going great because it's a little bit hard to fight shadows, I guess. A
Yeah,
little bit
not
difficult.
impossible, but it is difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult. But as that's happening, Kaiser's able to make his way to the lantern and see inside the darkness. And then he decides, cool. So, okay, thank you. All right. So then he says, okay, cool. I'm going to use some of Desimata's light as a conduit to get the darkness out of the lantern. It does work, though, in a sense, Kaiser gets a little bit of this idea that, like, neither this light or this darkness is inherently bad. It's when we get things of too much that it becomes a problem. When you go too far into both of these.
You're letting all the dark and rust out.
Yeah, it works. Kaiser also falls off the statue with his fingertips burned with flecks of gold and black. He's healed up, but she's fine with his fingers like this, which is okay. And as the darkness leaves, 2 women step out, not very happy with us. But good news is we can't speak their language yet, so it'll be fine. And they tell us their names are Yari and, oh god, I literally listened to this today and I forgot the other lady's name.
I believe it's Sufi.
It's Yari and Mule.
Oh, Mule. Sorry.
Yari and Mule. We're in Nunir. Right?
Nunir. Yeah.
Nunir. And they're gonna have to speak with somebody named Aki. We're introduced to this older fella named Aki. And he's gonna use a ritual for us to all speak together, which works. He uses a green gemstone, if I'm correct, right? Like green stone. Okay. And Kaiser's able to use some of the leftover light of Desimata to infuse it with the stone. And as we start learn how to speak with each other, Aki mentions the blessed light of Rubital, which I paraphrase that, and also the light of Esmeralda. Those are the two of the three gods we have learned about so far. One is basically the moon god, the other is the sun god. One represents order, Esmeralda. The other represents artistic freedom and ability, which works out really well with the green, like ambition and such. So that's good. We get a little bit of history of how these gods have worked because people are not too happy with us waking them up. They're all wearing some black tier pendants outside of Aki. And basically said that while yes, Esmeralda and Rutail is great, people were taking it too far, and it was causing too much issues, and these villagers are kind of caught in the middle of this conflict, and just wanted it to basically stop. So Sonatar offered another solution, which was to rest, seemingly permanently, just no stop, rest, but it would keep the peace because apparently he's also the god of peace. Aki and the people had differences about this, and somehow Esmeralda, was defeated by Sonatir, and the world fell into darkness, which we have now reawakened with Desimata. And because it's a moon god, the light reflects off the sun, which means the moon god hasn't been able to do a ton. But it did do enough to chop off Desimata's arm, according to Aki. Wasn't too happy with our bombardment. Like I think it was Yari. I'm pretty positive that's the brunette one, right? Yari was
the brunette is the Yari. Is Yari? Yes, the
I
blonde
believe
is
she was the
Mjolnir.
one who was a bit disappointed about how the rest went. Did not expect Sonatar to abandon those who did not believe. But her wife is like, well, what did you expect? Kind of like, this is better than anything else. And she's like, I disagree. And they're having some issues. Did you do Kaiser just asked her what was missing? Basically, like, why would you want this? Like, just permanent rest. And she was like, I mean, if you've lived a life of conflict enough, you might just want some rest. So it's understandable. There also seems to be, I might have caught this wrong. There's a flag being burned outside with a black tear drawn over top of it. Yes.
No, it's not being burned. It is above the fire, like it's hanging in the hall, and it yeah. But it does have it had some kind of symbolism on it, and then it has been covered up by the black tear.
And again, everybody but Aki was wearing this pendant. They wanted it. They fell along with it. We asked some questions about this mist. Seemed not really be an answer other than possibly an agent of Sonatar. But we don't know for certain. And again, we asked the question, what happens to those that disagree with Sonatar? And well, hey, it can't all be peace if not everyone's agreeing to said peace and rest. So not too great. Aki informs us he is aware of the fact that we are not from here, if that wasn't obvious. And when we show him the fire starting stone, he tells us about a prophecy in which that a new child would come to the light, would come light away the darkness, and there is someone below, someone who can live without light, who is a god but not a god, who could nurture somebody for a blade that could cut with light, if I'm remembering correctly.
A blade that could cut both the light and the dark.
A blade that could cut both with light and dark. Okay. So that seems to be maybe where that stone came from. We just don't know what's below. And the big reason Rulatir possibly attacked Desimata was simply because they didn't want the sun to be the only answer. So now we have to figure out what else might be the answer. Also, we were warned that Sonatir will be watching us because we're going against his domain. He's not too thrilled with that, which makes sense. And we also learned those who survived Sonatir so far currently have used the blood of living to survive. So that's fun to know. Exciting to hear vampires.
It's largely fine and couldn't possibly pose a problem later.
Just vampires roaming about.
Also, the big wyvern thing is
yes, the wingtail. They're heightened
Yeah.
hunters by Rutial's light. They carry off people to their nests to eat, and we are advised not to travel on clear nights with the full moon. So,
Helpful.
good to know. We are also informed that there had been champions of Rutiel and Esmeralda, so which did like have actual changes to the people themselves in a sense where they were almost basically no longer human, in a sense. And again, these people we are with a bunch of people who have one way or the other. There's no compromise, and they're very stubborn in their beliefs. So this is probably going to pose a problem at some point in time. We tell Aki we were banished here for our crimes, and that we are potentially. He thinks that we might be agents of the light to permanently get rid of the darkness. And he did know our little woodsman that we found the note of. But he doesn't think he survived. He thinks it was just too far of a distance. A lot of stuff's happening, but we don't know for certain. And then we decided to where we're gonna do next. I mean, we're staying the night at the village, but we're just gonna stay put for now. Do we go back and bring some of the people to this village, or do we just try to move westward and light the beacon? We did not make that final decision.
Sounded like you were going to try and light the beacon, but I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Get on that.
Yeah. That's where the session left off.
Yeah. So I don't know if that night that Beatrice would have things to say for the people who, or to the people who come along, or things that you would have wanted to follow up on in session with either NPCs or PCs. I offer you up that opportunity. I know you were jonesing to talk to Horatia at one point.
I was, but I want to make it. I want to do it or walk it, something.
Okay. Yeah.
I can
No
still
problem.
do it tonight. I also
No.
do want to talk to Aki about the conduit that he uses and where he got one and what's it like, and can I get one?
Yeah, if you want to talk to Aki at night,
Yes.
absolutely. You do you take anyone with you, or do you?
I mean, Kaiser's the one who's been using conduits a little bit so far, right?
Yeah, of a sort. I mean, he has the light with him, but that's impermanent.
He used himself as a conduit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it'll just be me then.
Sure. You go to the
I guess
little
I
hut.
have Nero and Dante there, but that's about it. Yeah.
Oh dear, thunderstorm outside. Well, if I disappear, we know what happens. You go to the little hut with the green flag on the door that appears to be leaning uncomfortably away from the rest of the village due to poor overall architectural abilities, which seems to fit well with a little kind of crooked, shrunken old man who lives inside. Knock on the door, and you hear, come in, looking like, what was your name again? Beatrice, I think we
Yes.
told? Yes. What is a Beatrice? Oh, you have brought two people who stare at you lovingly.
He just like waves it off.
Yeah.
What's a Beatrice? I'm a Beatrice.
Oh, you are a Beatrice, yes. I am Aki.
Yes, thank you for letting us be able to speak, because part of me wonders if Kaisar as a translator would have gone poorly.
The circle also has the effect of making sure you are a truthful bunch, which seems to be the case.
Didn't know you could do that.
The magic of Rotil is broad, multi-purpose.
Yes. And you're able to use it with this conduit? She points to wherever his green stone may be.
It's always at his side or in his hand, and he goes, yes, it is the crystal, a piece of the moon itself. So I hold the god in my hand as he holds me in his.
Has that given you the ability to do these vast and wide magical abilities or spells?
It is it is a way to focus and contain the light that you lose. And if I am doing small things, it will maintain itself. And you can see it's like actively glowing in the
Mhm.
little pouch he keeps it. He goes, it will maintain itself in this way, like a mm, like a spring where the water comes up, even if you pull it off the top. But if I have to do something, all of my knowledge and change the world in a big way, it will go dark again, probably. And then I need to find a place where we can focus the light of the sun or the moon on it.
How did you get that?
There are far away temples to Ruatil where such things are consecrated and marked, and there are rituals to put these markings on them that help balance the energy inside. Any shard of the moon, when first broken off, contains the light, but it is very easy for this to a small damage or a change for it to open up part of the crystal and for the light to bleed out. But when you use these magics, these understood words, and he pulls it out and he sort of points it. He goes the Vorokek, the Noraka, the Swan. These things uh, are like a cage or a box to let the magic bounce around in. Because this used to be a different shape, to be honest with you. You can see it's all like rounded off on the edges, smooth on the surface. You can see it looks like he's even worn some of the runes on the surface flat, but somehow there are runes inside the shape that are
Hmm.
still doing things. He goes, are you interested in the power of Ruatil? And
Well, the few times I've touched it, been about achieving what I want and ambition. And I do feel like I'll need a lot of that with what we plan to do.
good, good to have
I have it naturally,
plans.
of course, but an extra splitting from a god is not something I would go away with. I mean, go against.
Well, the sun shines on your face in the day, and on your face at night, maybe the moon shines. And if you are aware of these way the magic moves in space and in time, you can hold some of that for yourself. But it's like a little mochi glass, and he's like gesturing like a shot glass. He goes,
Mm.
but if you have access to something like this, is like a well that you can dip into much more often.
Can access magic on my own, but it is minimal and it is wearing or tasking at a time.
I can imagine. I have relied upon this focus for a very long time. Uh, Too much trouble for an old man to snatch it out of the air. Your friend was very generous with me. He gave me the light of his new golden decimata
Yes.
uh, to spark my crystal. Some would not if they were followers of the other.
Mm. Could you use this conduit to help create something temporary for me? Temporary for me?
am. Do you have a crystal like this? I would have to imbue actual heart of
I have a dagger.
Ruatil.
I have a regular dagger.
Made of crystal?
No, some of them do. A Ruatel's crystal.
Then this thing could be possibly repurposed into something, but it would not have such broad appeal as what I have. What would you want it to do? What do you need? It would obviously be a reminder of the freedom that the power of Ruatil grants you whenever you held it, but surely you would want more than a reassurance from it. You would
Well,
like a spell?
a spell or something. We're apparently going to be going up against a, 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 a landscape in which the god has long won to sort of depose him, or at least not give him his beloved peace as much anymore, and that has already caused some issues and problems within our motley bunch. So I think something like that could be helpful to have.
Um, he goes, if you are specific in what you think you might need it to do, and you bring me one of these shards that is the dagger now, it will not be a dagger after, but not in the same way, unless you want just a dagger that works very well. I can perform a enchanting upon the piece to do something. But you have to tell me what. Ruatil is freedom. I'm not going to tell you what it does. He kind of smiled at you.
I guess that would go against the whole freedom concept.
So above table, it would cost you an XP,
Okay.
but you can have an artifact that casts basically the equivalent of a spell of some kind. If you think something like that would be handy, you would sacrifice one of the daggers.
Just need somebody to give me their dagger.
I mean, that's an interesting conversation in and of itself.
Who has the daggers? I don't remember. No, Abigail has one. Beatrice is not going to go up to Abigail and be like, "Give me one of your weapons."
I mean, Abigail has a dagger and she has a green sword. So
Yeah, but I need like a. Do you have a green dagger?
yeah,
Oh,
I have a green dagger, a dagger with like no magic to it, and then also a green sword. So
okay.
if you asked her, she would prefer to take the sword.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I don't know if Beatrice could hold up a sword.
And then the axe is with whom?
That is with Kyra.
That's with Joelle, yeah. Kiara.
Kiara. I don't know
Which is already enchanted to be better than and more stable.
Yeah. And I don't think her sister's gonna give her that.
I mean, Abigail would probably give you it if you explain why you want it.
Yeah.
She'd just put that out.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there.
Guess I'll head up to Abigail next in a second.
Anything else that you wanted to know from Aki before you?
No, that was about it. Liking this Ruatil more and more.
Yeah, Nero like turns to you when you walk out of there, and she goes, "Our god is not Ruatil. Our god is Decimata. Remember?"
We are currently in a place where Desimata's arm got chopped off by the gods here. So not that we can't use it, but it's a tool to fashion.
The sun comes up every morning. It feels good on my face. You don't notice this?
Have you also noticed the moon is out like a lot more often and frequently?
Of course, this is a great idea. I do not know why I was thinking that it was not.
It's just something to help if we need it. It's a tool in our tool pocket belt, whatever you wear for those.
Dante looks at you and goes, "You're not really a tool person, Beatrice.
not like an actual tool. It's like like a tool we can use.
Right, but sometimes you end up having a tool in your belt like a hammer, and because you keep looking at the hammer, you think everything might be worth pounding on. Of
No, I think of things far more clearly than just hitting things directly.
course you do. I mean, I wasn't saying you. I was just saying maybe hypothetically a person like me or something.
Oh, why would it be in your tool belt? It's mine, or it would be mine.
Yes, of course. The toadying is unstoppable between these two. Every time they push back, they realize that, oh no, you're the boss.
He'll
Um,
go find Abigail later, and other people can do talking.
does anyone else, does someone want to talk to Kaiser about his decision earlier or anything else like that? Or let me know.
Abigail would check in on him, see how he's doing after all of that lovely stuff with the shadows.
He's like sitting. You ever had a really bad sunburn?
Yeah.
You can't sit comfortably.
Oh no,
So
that's the worst.
he's got his like arms out. They're just like this to either
Oh,
side of him, like
poor
resting on
thing.
these stones. His eyes are
Abigail,
closed. It's just like
Abigail walks up. Her shadow casts like it blocks the sun. um, and
You're
she.
basically you've been told you can hang out in the common tent,
Oh,
near the
okay, cool.
fire, um, inside, to stay
Okay.
out of the elements. But no, you haven't really been invited inside anybody's house. You're free to wander the village. But yeah, they're like, well, we're not really using the common area because we're busy trying to figure a bunch of things out. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then yeah, Abigail walks up to him and she goes, "You look like you're in pain."
it's not so bad. The stone's kind of cold,
The stones.
cool. Yeah, it's like I put my arms on it. It doesn't hurt so much.
Okay. What?
I'm okay.
Why did you do that? Like the thing that caused you this pain. Why did you do it?
Well, you were talking about wanting to go deeper, and it was not safe. Kind of had to make it safe.
So, so you just stuck your hand in the lantern and was like, "This seems like a way to make it safe."
Yeah.
You are such a simple person, Kaiser. In like in a good way. In a good way.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I know it. The quickest way from point A to point B is a straight line. I just happen to be the line.
okay. And other than physically, how do you feel? Like, I guess, would the term be emotionally? And she.
Uh,
Sorry, I'm not used to doing the check in.
yeah, okay, well, you're trying to like go off and explore a village in the fog, waxing poetic. Yeah, we're all doing things today we don't normally do.
What do you mean poetic?
No, you were saying something about seeds.
Oh, oh. She kind of rolls her eyes at that.
Oh, is that it? Just okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, considering I didn't expect to find people here today, and it's nice to see mostly a friendly face. I'm okay.
Abigail looks around.
And Aki.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
Well, no, I see your friendly face every day.
Most people don't call it friendly.
I'm not most people.
I wouldn't either.
That's okay. But no, it definitely gave myself some perspective. Okay, I got some perspective from people who lived here. No, it's kind of nice. You work in the day, you sleep at the night.
It's kind of win-win. Best of both
Yeah,
worlds.
because if you sleep all the time, nothing gets done. If you work all the time, well, you're gonna hate everything. And you know what's in between? Us.
Explain.
Well, like, okay, if we look at Desmata, she is the light. She is
Mm-hmm.
always light. And you look at Sonator. That's the dark. That's peace. It always is that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have us. We live kind of between them.
We're mortal.
Yeah.
You have
We
a
we get to live both. They can only live one. Desmata is always light. Sonator always peace, rest, tranquility. I'm guessing Ruatil might be whatever it is. It is. Don't know much about it other than it's like it's all about the you and what you can do for you. But also,
and
like,
you
if moonlight is the sunlight, something tells me that the moon might get a little jealous of that. And that's what could drive the ambition. Maybe that's why Ruatil survived and Esmeralda didn't.
I mean, maybe the sun gets jealous of the moon.
It could be, but Esmeralda's not around anymore to be jealous.
That's true.
And I don't know if Desimata's the vengeful or scornful type, but Ruatil did chop her arm off, so that's not nice. You've done that
Well,
before. I'm sure whoever you may have done
certainly
that to
have.
didn't have nice things to say.
No, they usually don't. Not before and not after.
Well, they probably don't have anything to say after.
Well, it depends on if I was asked to keep them alive. That's beside the point.
His face goes a little white, just a little. But like it's all what you make of. Because we get to live in all of it. They only get to exist as they are. All boiled down to what decisions we make. There's a time for action, and there's a time for rest. I think the people who lived here may have forgotten about it because they had violence, war in the way.
Mm. I mean, I do. I see it, I guess, because like when you spend so long in a certain environment and fighting like just always looking over your shoulder. You just want to rest.
It's kind of hard to see it any other way. Rest is the reward.
Yes, I do suppose it would be. I mean, that's like why I wanted to come, or I guess why I was so okay with coming here to the planet. Just the idea of rest, getting away from everything,
Huh.
of just
I mean,
not
that's
being around the sun.
that's admirable. But you know you wouldn't have found rest here. You'd have just
Yes.
found something different.
What do you What do you mean?
Well, you think a rest is like you don't have to like I don't know, you get up in the morning, you're just gonna do nothing all day?
Well, not nothing, but
Yeah? Well, what's rest to you?
it's not being around the family.
You came to the wrong place to not be around the family. We're all here.
I didn't exactly have a choice, Kaiser,
I know,
but
but
at the very least, I don't know. I thought maybe I could make something for myself here, carve out a piece of something
oh,
here
you
for
can do
myself.
that. You can do that. And if that's rest to you, by all means. But this is a this and emotions out to the people in the village. This is like this was probably going to be a permanent. And what
Mm.
is rest if you can't get up again and go enjoy life?
Actually, sounds pretty good, honestly.
Just sleeping forever, not doing anything else.
Well, yeah, at least I'm not aware of anything else, you know? What is rest to you?
What I do at night? Yeah. I mean, what I'm doing right now?
Nero emerges somewhere out of the shadows with a little. It looks like a carved out, hollowed out nut or some kind of like hard burl or something, just like big enough to fit in the palm of her hand. And she goes, "Dad, we went to see Aki, and after Beatrice talking to him, I actually stopped back in and I asked him about your arms, and he said this." And she pops the little cap off of it, and it smells very bitter, like immediately. And she
Oh,
sticks her finger in, and there's this kind of brown paste on her finger. She goes, "This is supposed to help the the tingly. You telling me if it helps?" And she very slowly like wipes it on the arm that's all like golden and flecked and burned. She's like, is it a better, or is he just making me smear mud on you for no reason?"
no, this it's a nice. It's a smelly.
Yeah, that's.
It's a nice. It's like the
I'm not
fish.
gonna lie. It's
It's
a
smell
little.
but good.
I'm tearing up a little bit, but I put on you both of your arms, and we see if you can relax.
Oh no, I'm I was just telling him I was just telling Abigail here. This arrest. This is rest. Then get up, go do things. We do enough. We rest again.
Yeah, but if I don't put this on your arms, you're gonna wake up in the morning all stiff because you're gonna be like stuck out
No,
like
yeah,
this
yeah.
all night.
Do that. It might be a
Like a
little
sunburn.
sticky. Yeah.
But literally, though, did he not take the light of the sun and it pass across through?
I don't really remember what happened. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
It's not
Yeah.
good. Did you hit
She
your
wanted to
head?
go take a nap.
I mean, sometimes I want to go take a nap too, Dad.
And sometimes when we want to, we can't, right? We have
It's
things to
right.
do.
It's right. She's slowly
See?
like painting your arms. She only touches it with one
This is
finger.
such a weird
each time.
scene.
Okay.
Gonna kill
I
me.
just- Abigail just says, okay, well, I'll leave you both to that. Just wanted to check in on you.
Well,
Okay,
thank
bye.
you for doing so. Hey, Abigail.
Mm.
You know, without the sun, a seed can't grow. But the sun can't be out all the time. Okay, bye.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Nero looks at you and goes, "Are you trying to like get her to like you, Dad?"
No, she already likes me.
I don't know that saying the seed thing was like a get her going kind of line. I think it might have thrown off the vibe.
What do you know about getting her going? Don't talk to me about that.
I got you three. I got you 3 green daggers and a handful of arrows, and you asking no questions. So
Why would I?
yeah. But that's how much I know. That is how much I know about getting somebody going. Okay, so you made it a weird at the end there.
You
I don't know how it
kids.
was going before, but
No,
you made
that's
it
the
weird.
thing between. She knows what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna go check in later, maybe someday, and see if she knows what. Sure, Dad. Whatever.
Okay,
I'm almost out of this paste, which I
good.
think we almost covered your arms.
Yeah, it's
Did I miss a spot?
No, it's nice and it's odorific.
I'm gonna go rub my finger in the snow for 20 minutes, and hopefully the smell will come up.
And not 1 second less.
She very gently pats you on the head with your bare arms, and walks out of the tent. Does Kiara have anything to do during the evening?
Nothing that moves the plot forward. It would just be talking to her husband about like, what the fuck are we into?
Yeah, well, you could take a vote on whether that conversation happens now or later. Anybody else want to get to the action?
So yeah, she's probably like lying there with Fabio. Amore.
We lost you. Oh no, there you are again.
What was the first word you said?
Amore. Amore. If you had the opportunity to just live paradise in your mind, would you take it?
Well, for a little while, it seems to me that perhaps everyone would take a little bit of paradise.
Sure, but when it's not just a pause,
Well, I think I would ask questions after a while, and maybe it wouldn't seem so much like paradise. Some people don't ask questions a lot.
that's true.
You
Not a
never
problem with
stop
you.
asking questions, so I think you would last like maybe 2 nights.
I could get to it. No, you're right. I probably wouldn't even last 2. But when they talked about this constant war, constant conflict, we were gonna weather that.
I don't know. I wonder if the second lady who talked to us, she seemed like maybe she had thought it over about both the fighting and the resting, and maybe did not have the same opinion as when she agreed to it in the first place. I tried to see. I don't. Most of the people are still wearing the little necklace that I think symbolizes their faith, but a couple
Yes.
of people don't have it on anymore.
She did talk about people being missing from the dream. I mean, having your goddess of peace ignore people that you can't imagine losing you or the kids because you had a different opinion. That's not going to be a route we can take.
No, no. But the more I hear about this Ruatil, and then there is this talk of this strange thing below that is been awake the whole time, I wonder. And he sort of looks around and he goes like hoping Desimata doesn't hear him. He goes, I wonder if the light of Desimata is the only thing that we can put in the beacon.
That's a good question. He just kind of looks at him and smiles. I love when you do that.
Tommy says he thinks he can clean the banner I took down. It had the big black mark on it. It has some symbols underneath. I wonder if there is an answer or an idea there that someone thought important to put up enough on the banner.
Worth looking at. Got
Yeah, the
nothing but
black stuff
questions.
is very thick and kind of gross, to be honest.
My experience with black stuff on this planet has not been pleasant so far, so that's not surprising in the least.
Yes. Tommy seems excited by the prospect of figuring out how to dissolve it without completely getting the material to turn to trade nothing. So I left it with him for a little bit, but I will check back and help him out in the morning. Are we leaving in the morning?
Okay, well, I do not remember. I think we were heading out to sorry, I know we're
Yeah.
leaving. I do not remember which direction we're going. There's
I,
nothing.
I, you are pressing on. I think you're just
Okay.
taking this group and continuing to press on.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going.
That sentence didn't include trying to leave me here or kick me back to the other camp. So beautiful, and he gives you a kiss on the cheek.
Snuggles in. Yeah. Seems like it's a really good idea to stay anchored. And nothing keeps me more anchored than you, so.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, she'll hold him close and get some rest.
He goes. Last thing he's like, I'm trying to figure out what we could bargain for proper coats and a nice tent, but I can't think of anything. And he's like,
She's gonna look at her husband. Beatrice is pretty good at convincing people to give her stuff. Maybe we put her to the task.
you know, every time you talk about your sister, when you don't need something important, it's very negative. But then when you need something, suddenly you find her best qualities very attractive.
I never said I wasn't a hypocrite.
Good, good. You have sweet hypocritical dreams.
I'm putting that in the quotes.
What would a hypocritical dream even be?
Pot calling a kettle black?
I guess so.
You awaken in the morning. One of the villagers has come in early and restoked the fire and brought it back up, and they have caught someone has been out over at some point and caught some game that seems relatively fresh, and they butchered it outside, and a bunch of pieces of meat have gone onto a spit to start roasting them. There are obviously some sort of poultry in the village because a bunch of eggs appear in a tray from somewhere and get cracked open and start to get fried up. They seem to have no trouble feeding you. They're very generous as far as that's concerned. That they're not hard up, but it does seem like rather than being frozen for 1,000 years, that everything just ground to a halt and then picked up at the instant that you burned away the light in the village. That like a clock that stopped and then just started running again when someone wound it.
How is that different from being frozen? Sorry, I'm not picking up what you're putting down.
If you freeze someone for 1,000 years, all the vegetation dies, all of the
Oh, okay.
right,
Got
like
it. Yeah.
That stuff didn't happen here, so it's not like everything's like decayed and dead around them. It's like
no,
so
it's
it's
just like
stasis versus an actual freezer.
yeah.
Okay.
Got it. In the morning, Kiara is gonna go look for her sister.
Oh. Well, I was about to go to see Abigail, but you can
No,
interrupt.
you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, dude, it's just gonna be simple. Abigail, can I have your dagger? Why? I'm gonna use it to create a conduit temporarily. Abigail, be like, okay.
I want to watch that first. She can talk to you after you've had that conversation because it'll be funnier.
All right, I'm gonna go find Abigail without Nero and Dante since they're trying to ask some questions. Okay.
Yeah, you find Abigail. I mean, just getting ready, packing up for the trip ahead.
Yeah, she's gonna come up to you and say, Abigail, I hate to ask you this, but could I possibly have one of your green daggers?
If you hate to ask it, why'd you ask it?
Because I need it.
Okay, and why do you need it?
Well, Aki said he could do something with it to maybe help out with something magical. We're about to go into some dangerous territories, potentially, and this darkness doesn't seem like it's going to just pardon the well, actually no, pardon the pun. Lie down and take it, you know?
Will it help you, I mean, you can already catch yourself on fire.
I didn't know I could do that until that happened. So and again, I have very nice hair. It didn't affect my hair, and I don't want it to in case it does.
Okay.
The little scar up here, it's difficult to deal with right now.
That
It's like the tiniest, like barely you can see it. Yeah.
Whereas Abigail has scars visible on her whole body. She kind of looks at it and she goes, "Must be a shame that you have to deal with a scar."
Well, it's what happens when your ship gets thrown across the astral sea.
Yes, believe it or not, I do have experience with that. She passes you her dagger.
She'll say, "Thank you, Abigail. I do appreciate it."
You're welcome.
And she'll start to go to Aki in just a second. You can interrupt you off.
No, I want the dagger thing to happen before she talks to you.
Can I?
Before we go ahead. Go ahead, Lauren.
No, I was gonna. Okay, before before you leave, Abigail is gonna say, "Hey, Beatrice."
Yes.
Did you ever hear the story of how Kiara and I know each other?
No, I don't think I did.
Yes.
You should ask her sometime. She has a pretty nice scar from it.
You stab her twice?
No, I did not stab her twice.
Then how would she have a knife? You didn't give her the scar?
I did not. No.
Okay.
It's more of a probably an emotional scar for her, actually.
She's got plenty of those already. I don't, She's got children.
You might be interested in that one.
How many emotional scars she has.
Above table, do you know what you want your focus to do?
It would definitely be like some sort of fire spell or protection spell, like a shield of some kind. That makes
I like
sense.
armor.
Yeah.
You know what? I think if you're going to pay an XP for it, so you can, in one action, you can give someone you touch
Ooh.
4 armor for 1 minute.
Ooh, okay.
That's awesome.
Nice. All right.
I'm just trying to think of the cost for that in terms of points. 3 intellect points.
Okay.
Yeah. I might adjust that later, but for now we'll go with that, and I'll have to look up other items
Writing
that
that
are like
down.
that. Yeah.
Does it have a depletion?
Yeah, 1 in 1d 100. Actually, no depletion.
No
It's
depletion.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with no depletion. Again, reserve the right to adjust.
Okay. All right. That's what I got written down so far. Okay. Oop. Nope. There. My nose got
And
messed up.
please remind me, how much the coats that Beatrice and Kaiser are wearing?
1 armor.
The bracelets. 1 armor? Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
And it gives us a 1 speed cost?
Yes, penalty.
Okay.
Yep.
I have a 1 armor.
So you come back into Aki. Aki like literally rolls out of. You can tell he's rolling out of bed as you're knocking on the door. He's like, "Okay, get the day started. Stretch a bit. Do my exercises. Okay, we're good. All my exercises are done."
Good. Sorry to interrupt your sleep.
It's easy to do. He's very old.
I was wondering. I have, and she'll hold out the dagger. And she'll be like, "I have the dagger, the shard. Could you do what we talked about yesterday?"
Purpose? Are you looking for to use it? Have you decided?
Yeah, some sort of protection. Lately, people keep getting stabbed or falling off of statues. So and
He kind of
attacked
looks because
by
he doesn't know what happened at the square. He's like, what?
or attacked
Seems
by
oddly specific.
wolves, or attacked by wolf things, or shambling unkept soldiers. You know, the works.
You are afraid that people are going to get hurt. Interesting.
People have already gotten hurt. I'm trying to avoid as minimal injuries as possible.
He
0
takes
death would be great too.
0 deaths. Unlikely. you pick wrong land to hang out in for 0 deaths. He takes the shard out of his pocket and he goes, "Hold out your hands."
She'll do so.
He places it his focus in your hands, and then he takes the shard and he places it on top of the focus and puts his hand over top of it.
What does holding the
And
conduit feel like?
yeah, I was just gonna say, as you make contact with this, and then Aki begins to channel the idea of Ruatil, the power of Ruatil. You sense at first that clear call to action that has been there every time you've touched the green. But he is connected with a much more immense passion for the idea of individuality. That there is someone or something that is always rooting for the success of the individual. It feels like a cheerleader on the sidelines, urging you to achieve the most you can, to push yourself harder, to rise up, to be more in whatever direction you think you have the most potential. It's a tremendously ego gratifying experience that you are important because you can do anything that you choose to do. And you can, that like almost deafens you for a second to what is going on. And like you sort of come back into the room a few seconds later, you hope it's a few seconds later, and Aki is in the midst of a bunch of words that you definitely do not understand the language of whatsoever. And the contact point of the two pieces is glowing much more brightly than even the inside of it, as it looks almost like spider webs of energy proceed from the center to the outer edges of this shard that you have. And as he finishes his enchantment, he lifts the piece off, and you can see that there is a rune sandwiched in between the center of this piece now. And he goes, Bofek, protection. And he hands it to you. And he waits to see what you do with the focus.
What does it look like now? The shard.
Your shard?
Yeah.
It has the rune on it, and from that rune, there's green light radiating outward. He has moved some of the light from his object, or amplified the light within it, to a pattern within it, as opposed to this sort of just random green glow.
I think she'll pretty gingerly take it, like it's never done, even when it's been used like that.
Sorry, what do you do with his? He's
his.
You're still holding
I thought
it.
you were talking about the one he gave me.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no.
Okay.
No, he's lifted it off the top and he's just looking at you.
I think she is kind of slightly memorized by it, like holding it very carefully. But is memorized, and there is a split second where she does think, I could just take this as an old guy. I could just do it. But she's like, that's not smart. And she'll like hold it for a second, kind of embrace that feeling of I can do anything. And then hand it back to Aki and like give him like a little bow and say thank you. I appreciate this gift.
He winked at you and he goes, "You probably could have, but also maybe killed yourself in the process. So best you start small." And he hands you the shard.
That for the first time, and thankfully it's only Aki, Beatrice actually looks embarrassed. Like she, sorry. Intrusive thoughts happen occasionally. She's trying to really recover herself. She's like, holy shit.
He goes, some people, it's a very long pause when they are holding that. And they require a lot more encouragement to give it back. So I give you a little clap.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But I'm not going to tell you that Ruatil is dangerous, because every magic here is dangerous. But mortal minds are no match for the gods.
Yes. They're definitely two distinct things.
Smiles. Go stop your friends from dying.
I'll do my best. And then she mutters under her breath, they do like to stab each other, though.
You hear as you walk out of the thing, what?
And just walks out. Has this green shard. She like pockets it on the side.
Yeah, you're no longer in danger of cutting yourself by handling the shard. So
Yay,
rest
good.
rest assured. Not really dagger anymore, but still useful.
Yeah. She'll
Um,
carry that.
yeah. You run into your. Yes, I believe you run into your sister.
Oh,
Hmm.
well, good morning. It's morning, right? Is the moon still out?
It's morning.
Uh, actually, the moon, as the sun rises, the moon is just setting.
Okay.
Listen, thanks for everything's weird here.
Very much so, yes.
And we're gonna need people who are willing to embrace that, and you seem to be doing that really well.
You have no other choice. It's adapt or die. I'm not planning on dying.
I know. What is it you plan to do here?
Originally, it was the whole get the family back into a profitable position. We probably won't beat the power that we ever will again, which is unfortunate, but I can at least live comfortably.
Define, define comfortably.
You know, within a
No.
house with many rooms, never having to like clean my clothes again. That's annoying. You have to do that?
Yeah.
People do that?
I
These
clean
and she
other
like
people's
points to this village.
clothing
These people
too.
do that normally?
Your clothes get clean.
I hire someone to do it.
Right. And how do you that means that they had to clean them, correct?
Yeah,
Which
but
means
that's
that
their
people do that.
job. Why would you do this if it's not your job?
So this is sort of the point I'm trying to make. You're going to be important with whatever comes to be here because you have too much luck not to survive, I think.
Some call it a blessing.
Make it count. You're not stupid. You've never been stupid. You put on a lot of airs, but we're we're counting on you. You know that clothes get clean. You
Yes,
put
it's in the
some of
future. I'm
that
not talking
away.
about now.
You're just the future of the people I love most is going to be tied to your success a lot more than I might like, but you're our best bet. Can you please take that seriously?
I take everything very seriously. I don't get to live the way I have without taking things seriously. I don't, well, I might rush into things somewhat haphazardly, occasionally, once in a while, but I do
But
take things seriously.
just remember that your actions have consequences for other people, not not other cogs, not other tools, not other servants, other people.
I am
Okay?
well aware of that.
Nice. Where'd you get the shard?
Aki provided it for me. Well, actually, Abigail gave me the green dagger, and then he used his magic on it. Well, Runel's magic, I guess.
And this is why I am confident you'll survive. Um,
Not just for my survival.
on that note,
Also, you mentioned something about talking to you about the first time you two ever met and how you met. Something about being scarred.
could that possibly have come up?
Well, I have this scar here, which is horrific.
Horrific. I will give you one to match.
Is it gonna match
There.
yours? Like when you first met Abigail, is that the one it's gonna match?
Abigail was not always the family employee she is now. Uh, she used to run in some of my older circles prior to me joining.
Oh, you mean like the one where you taught me how to forge stuff?
Yes, that
Those
one.
circles? Yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
that one. And she, well, she may be a bit of a persona non grata there.
Because of you?
I went
Oh, yes,
to
because of you.
I went to protest. We were going to make a difference. It was people who believed in change, believed in making things real. And she didn't really going. She was rather obnoxious about it. And when she didn't get her way, she went to the leader of the rally and threatened them if they didn't send me away in her
How'd this
usual
rally
Abigail
turn out?
fashion.
So Abigail was right.
I mean, she probably is the reason it went poorly in the first place.
I
Like,
highly doubt that. You see, one thing about you and me that's similar, whether you like it or not, is I think we're both impulsive. And we both make decisions without fully thinking of the consequences.
that might have been true.
Might have been? I'm sorry. I'll go find that pack of wolves that you shot at earlier.
Fine.
We adapt, we change, and we have to. And also, I do think maybe you should listen to Abigail when she does say something is incredibly dangerous because she does have a very good sense of that.
She didn't say it was. Yeah, she. Everything on this planet is dangerous. That's not exactly guidance.
But if the person who has always had a good danger sense, who's now had spent many years dealing directly with multiple dangerous things and has really honed in her danger sense, says, "Hey, this thing's dangerous," I think we
She's a
do
city
need to
person
listen.
just like us. She's never gone hunting. It's not the same thing.
Yes, but I'm not a city person, and I also think when predators are attacking their prey, I don't involve myself in that because then I'm fresh blood.
A reasonable guess as to why they wouldn't. It was just incorrect. Nobody's perfect.
No, I guess nobody is perfect. And besides, we do have a nice wolf pelt, and I, was that the soup? Was that in the soup the day before we left? Was that the wolf meat, or was that the deeraboo meat?
I didn't make the soup. I didn't ask.
Well, either way, we had more meat, so that's good. So in a sense, your consequences turned out positive.
Yes, and I now know that if you shoot at predators from a distance, they don't get spooked like I thought they would. They come and attack you.
Well, if you have fire, I think you're pretty good.
Well, not all of us can create fire out of nothing.
Really? Thought you could. And she just like walks away.
Beatrice,
Yes.
serious request. Are you gonna look for leadership? Are you are you going to try to look after everybody? Is that what you want in this place?
You mean like when we establish ourselves?
Yes.
I don't know if I'm going to get leadership. I wasn't
Yes.
exactly a leader of the family.
I'm asking if it's what you want, because it seems to be what you're doing. And
There's no one else doing it. I have every
your
single
leaders
leader
then.
they're arguing with each other over bullshit, and we all need to survive. So I'm dealing with their bullshit to the best of my ability.
You're doing well.
Well, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you.
I'm glad to give it to you. Are you gonna keep doing it?
If it's not going to cause any extra problems, sure.
What's gonna? You should do it anyway. What's the
Sometimes you
point?
can't protect everybody. That's a thing you're aware of, yes?
You have to do your best, right?
I do my best in everything.
Of course. Let's go find Abigail. I feel like she could use a snowball from a great distance.
Oh, just make sure there's no rocks in it.
Besides waves.
See, I know a snowball is a shot, so I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
eh,
That's a good use.
little wake up shot for you.
Yeah, a little breakfast shot. Who doesn't love a breakfast shot?
Do you have persuasion as a skill,
Yes, I do.
Beatrice?
Oh, yes, I do.
So, just to expedite it, make me a level 4 persuasion check to see if you can get better supplies out of these people.
Okay.
Um,
Is that like intelligence or speed?
yeah,
or
intellect. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
You
use my
if you
edge.
click the die beside persuasion,
Yeah.
it should
I'm gonna.
automatically.
Can I choose how much effort I put in, like 1 or 2, or do I have to choose 2
Yeah.
every single time?
Nope, you can choose 1 or 2.
Okay, I'll
You
just
just
do
your edge is the same
1.
every time.
Yes, I'll do 1, and then I'll do. Oops, that's wrong thing. And
Down to
I'll use my
3.
edge.
So that's 2. So it should be 2. Hey, success! Very nice.
Nice.
So yes, you managed to talk to them into giving you a couple of actual sort of tents. You get a proper coat for like about half the people in the party, and you kind of shuffle around all of your other stuff. They don't have a ton to spare. This is essentially a fishing village, but they do kind of buy into the idea of you guys going to light this beacon as being, a worthy cause that they should probably support. But
Okay.
it takes a little convincing. You get directions from them as well during that conversation,
Sure.
and you are told to take the path essentially north from the village. It actually runs northeast, but it is north from the village, which eventually runs along the shore of what they call Lake Aurina, or Aurina, sorry. That's Aurina. Those of you keeping score at home.
Yeah, thank you. Do we learn what where we're oriented direction wise? Like officially learn where we are?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes. So north is at the top of the map. Yeah.
Okay. So we're following along the river with the lake going west. Is that what it is?
Yeah, north, basically. Generally north, you're following along, and you're going to get along and walk along the shore, a path along the shore of the lake. Then they tell you there is a mountain that looks like it has 2 identical peaks, one behind the other, that is off to the west. That mountain, or those mountains, are called Sunswin. That is Suun apostrophe Suin, which is also, they call it the Twin Sisters. And between the 2 peaks lies the Temple of Esmeralda that you guys were talking about wanting to reach.
Okay.
The priestess there, if you are, somewhere else and asking about it, the priestess that you were looking for was, the last time they know about the temple, someone called Solfrid Wildwind.
And this is like slightly north, but then due west, or just due west?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna follow the path north. Then they tell you it will branch.
I see.
Off to the west, which is called the Pilgrim's Path.
Gotcha.
It's at a place with some docks called Kalu. It's basically just a dock. It's not an actual large settlement or anything. With a couple of buildings and some boats that are used for crossing the lake, fishing on the lake. Now they tell you it is possible while you are on that first path to cut directly across the plains towards the mountains, and that there are many ways up the mountains. There are different trails, not terribly well established, but that side of the mountain is climbable by experienced mountaineers. So if you want to like take a direct shot and cut across, you can. But the Pilgrim's Path, once you get on it, snakes around the north side. It's a route that was marked. It has bridges, ladders, whatever's needed, because lots of people took this route to get to the temple as part of their trip to worship Esmeralda. The other warning you get from the mayor is that as agents of Sonator grew closer and more numerous, and their power grew, those who lived and worked around the temple would likely have chosen to defend the temple to make it more difficult to get to it, lest they get attacked by the shadow. But the people at the temple are not warriors in the military sense. They are passionate and faithful and dedicated, so they would have worked very hard. But in the sense of you're not going up against a military unit stuck up in the mountains somewhere.
If we look due east from the village,
yep,
what do we see?
Map. Directly due east of the village, I will open up the map slightly. Take you some distance to, they tell you there's a bridge, and they show you where the bridge is, and then there is the start of this really large lake. And then on the far side of the lake, just sort of sticking out of the water, you can see what appears to be like a large, like an iceberg or like a big snowy. You don't think it's a mountain. You think it may be just like ice that has gotten piled up or blown up at the one side of the lake because of the way the wind blows.
Gotcha.
Because you are like right on the lake, I guess you could technically look straight across it. You don't see anything on the lake itself.
So we don't see like maybe the ship or anything, one of the other ships, no?
Not at this distance.
Okay.
If they're around here somewhere, you know, judging by where the light was, there should be the other ship around here somewhere. I will say that if anyone was looking at night, the initial glow from the ships has all faded by now because it's been over a week.
Which that's great. It's things are moving along.
So are you?
Yeah.
Everything's good. Yeah. So you set up all of the things that you're looking for. You get pointed in the right direction. You get organized. Horatia, Lucia, Dante, Nero, and Cecilio, I believe, and Fabio all get organized again and get kitted out and start walking. You walk along Lakeshore for an hour or two, and the lake comes up on your right side, flat and featureless, only very occasionally revealing a crack. And if you listen carefully, an almost musical tinkling, because the ice is not, it's shifting and moving as the day goes on underneath the sun. Did you want to talk to Horatio like right away, or are you waiting for a particular moment?
I'll wait till Louisa's not around, Horatio.
That is a tough order.
Yeah.
Louisa is very much a doting, sister of Desimata.
I can help you out. Get a distraction for Louisa.
Yeah, she's just wondering who would be good with that. Would it be Kaiser or Abigail, or it wouldn't be Abigail?
Kaiser and Nero to get on that one. They'd be pretty good at that.
Yeah, you can employ me. It's great.
Yes,
I'm here.
She'll like fall back to where Kaiser's at, and just be like, could you do me a favor?
Ah, yes, the prodigious sister. What can I do for you, Beatrice?
Could you potentially, distract Louisa a little bit, like get her to just not be so close to Horatia, maybe just a little bit ahead or behind.
Hey, Louisa!
Kaiser?
Yeah.
God.
Can you come here a minute?
Of course. She falls back. She's like, oh, what is the concern? Is there something in your heart that you need to discuss, Kaiser? You, you
Yeah.
seem you seem to have caked the stuff on your arms from earlier, just a little
Yeah,
bit,
it's
but
sticky. It's sticky now.
ah. Other than that, are you doing okay?
As a matter of fact, I'm better than I've been.
This is good because I did not know if you are in encounter with the enemy of our Big Decimata would be depressing to you, would wound you.
Oh, it. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. I owe her everything. Where I'm at, who I'm with, to Decima. The light is life.
Yes.
But you know what we need to live? Sleep. But for a little bit. Because I like being awake. Especially during the daytime. Not a night owl like I used to be. Any like eyeballs, Nero. Or like this one used to be, maybe still be. But I ask no questions.
She looks at you. She goes, "You ask me no questions, father. I tell you no lies."
That's great. I feel like you might be one of the only ones. That's what landed me on this rock.
And Louisa sort of goes, oh, I understand that we all like it to sleep, but there is, and she starts to sort of like preach about the light, like she's completely distracted
Proselytizing, oh
yeah, proselytizing about how the light must be surely more important, and that, yes, we can only measure the darkness if the light is strong enough. Which gives you your
Which is
opening to
funny,
go talk to Horatia.
because she's making Kaiser's point for him, she just doesn't realize it.
Yeah, no, she doesn't. She only sees it from one side.
Yep. Yeah, Beatrice will just paddle up next to Horatia and just say, Sister Horatia. That's how we call them, right? Like Sister Father.
Flamen. You would call her Flamen.
Flamen. Sorry, Flamen Horatia. It's been 2 weeks since I've heard the name Flamen, so give me a second.
No problem.
Um,
She goes, the sister of Chiara, the one who has the way with the negotiations. It's beautiful to see that you have gotten me this a nice coat.
you're very welcome. I hope you're enjoying it. It's the best they could do.
Yes, it smells a little bit like fish, but I'm okay with that.
Well, we were from a fishing village. I think everything smells a little bit like fish there.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if it's like a me who smells a little bit like fish because Anyway, we probably did not come to me to talk about the fish.
No, no. Um, I just wanted to say I haven't had a chance yet. I'm so sorry to hear that you were near my poor cousin's passing.
Oh,
Very terrible.
it is difficult that so many people here have lost their lives in such a short span of time. It is not something that the church was used to overseeing, but it is nigh impossible to bring someone back from the dead. We must
Yes,
remember them.
of course. I just, it was interesting. He was okay one minute and then fell the next. What exactly
Um,
happened? I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. We were close.
you were. I am sorry to hear that. It was a
It's
very
all
dark night, and he had the torch. And I do not know if it was the wind or if it was something else, but the torch was extinguished. And I asked what had happened, and we were trying to find a spot to relight it. And I guess we must have been close to the embankment. We did not realize. I heard him fall and a splash, but I did not want to try and tumble down there after him because he had the only light. So it was a very difficult night.
Oh, no, I can imagine. Can your staff not produce light?
We had not to finish the enchantments on the staff at that point.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't aware. I don't know much about the ways of the Flamen.
It has been the big changes since we got here. A lot to
Yes,
think about.
yes, I imagine. But it's unfortunate that the wind just blew out the torch and in the dark, a simple slip. We need to make sure we stay properly lighted for journeys when we can't see.
Yes,
And
I like it that we only travel by day, even though those night patrols were necessary because of those strange. You call them the unkept, who
yes,
kept
they are. Yes, there was
missing the
no.
boat up in the trees. We were very lucky to have it up in the
Yes,
trees.
that is quite the blessing. Truly sorry that you had to. Well, I guess you didn't see it, but you still witnessed it. Very tragic. It's a lot to have happened in one day. And as that's going on, I would like to use my blessings of the god to see if she's lying to me.
You call it the blessing depends on God's general demeanor. Area of influence. Choose two. Ability number 2. You're trained in detecting the descendants. All right. It is a level 7 check. You are trained, which takes it down to level 6 for you.
Yep. Is that intelligence as well?
Yes, it
Thank
is.
goodness. Okay.
Apply effort if you wish.
Let me just get my intelligence about to go. My pool is about to go way down. Okay. Uh, we'll put in 2 effort for this.
Mm-hmm. It cost you.
Oh,
You are unsure if her story about the other night is true or not. You can always pay an XP to reroll, but I do like it that you just straight up failed the check
I
on a
kind of
3.
I kind of want to spend an XP on this.
Go for it.
Let's do it. Okay.
You only spend the points once.
Okay.
On a reroll.
That's good. All right. Same thing. Oops, sorry. Even.
You're putting it. Sorry, you should do put an asset in. Actually,
Okay.
like
Perfect.
it would have done the other roll, but you're trained in it. But
Okay.
it's from Blessings of the Gods, so you don't really have
Okay.
that on your character sheet.
Ah, no.
Nope, 'tis not meant to be.
Close. All right.
You get the idea that she has been asked this a bunch of times, so
She's
she's
a good
gotten used.
liar. Damn it.
She's gotten used to answering these questions. You're not the
Yeah.
first person to ask her these questions.
Well, I'm gonna hope something similar happens where I can do this again. But
Um, you at one point, after a couple of hours goes further, that conversation sort of trails off. People shuffle around. Um, Obviously, everyone continues scanning both near and far distance, looking for wildlife or trouble or anything else. You see something not quite the same near the shore. The buttery smooth snow that you are used to seeing is more mottled and textured in a spot. It's probably at least 100 feet across. And then out in the lake, there's an odd reflection or something distorted. Now, the snow it has snowed multiple times since you've gotten here. So, um, that your tracks from like 2 or 3 days ago, nobody would be able to follow them. So if something has happened out here, it has been obscured by the snow. So just standing here is not going to really give you much information. You have to go and investigate if you want to see what's up.
Do we
how
all
far
notice
away?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like your friends notice it as well. Like everyone goes, oh, the lake looks funny. Like it doesn't look the same as everywhere else. It's not glass flat.
I am
How far
trained in
away is it?
perception. If we're within like spyglass range, Kaiser would ask Kiara
Yep.
for the spyglass.
Yeah, for sure.
May I take a look
Of
with
course.
my keen eyes?
Level from this distance, it'd be a level 5 perception check to garner like more information than what you have right now, which is, hey, something happened.
It's a real weird, but that's all I can see.
Abigail will step closer to the shore to kind of see what it is.
Yeah,
Can I take a look through the spyglass as well?
Sure. Abigail, you can start making your way down. There doesn't appear to be there's nowhere for anybody to hide per se. Like it's pretty open.
Can I follow Abigail at
Sure.
a slight distance to where she's going?
At a slight distance.
Yep. You can make the perception check, Joe. It's an investigation check level 4 because you're actually getting down and getting dirty. Are you checking the shore itself as you get there, Abigail?
Yes.
Sorry, that's Abigail. Yeah. You can take the you can get a help action from Beatrice on this one because she's investigating with you.
Okay. Is there a difficulty?
4.
I am trying to identify or assess danger, so.
Would following and identifying tracks help in this situation?
Yeah, I think do it. Nice. You rolled a 12. I gave you a difficulty of 5. I don't know why that came out weird, Joelle.
I don't know.
You rolled a 12. Cool. And then you took 2 levels off of it. Wow, I'm confused. So you only needed a 6. So you needed you only needed a 9.
Cool.
You rolled a 12. You made it.
Hey.
And also Abigail made it. Lauren, or sorry, Kara, you look and you're fairly certain that what you're looking at is something. It's not dangerous. It's not moving or changing or anything, but there is something large that has broken the ice up, and then it has refrozen, and then it has snowed on top of it. So you're not certain what it is, but you can see that there must have been something to just tear through or crash into or come up from underneath and break all the ice up. As you get down into the snow by the shore, Abigail, you and Kiara are kind of stepping back and forth, and one of you kind of your boot catches and you move the snow out of the way, and your boot is standing in another boot print. Someone has been here recently enough, and it was thawed enough that they left a footprint. And as you sort of look around, you can see that there was activity here, maybe a campsite, but you don't really see immediately there's nothing sticking up, no tent posts, no lean-tos, no whatever else. But there's also a blanket of snow over everything.
Where is the boot print? Where is it? Does it seem to be going in a certain direction? Are there multiple ones, or is it just the one boot print?
As you clear away around that boot print, there's a couple more there's only a couple that are full solid in the mud boot prints. It's just sort of this thing that happens when things freeze quickly. Sometimes you catch that last step and nobody has stepped over it, but they're kind of all haphazard. They're all in a bunch of different directions. It's like someone was hanging out here and had no reason to cover their tracks.
Right.
Or no expectation that we need to cover their tracks.
Yeah. Abigail will relay that to Beatrice.
Does somebody set up camp here?
It would appear so. They weren't really trying to hide it. It doesn't look like, so I'm not sure who it would be, unless it was. It could be a number of people, honestly. But the fact that they weren't trying to hide their tracks makes me think that maybe they aren't really someone that we should necessarily worry about in terms of danger. But I think it would be wise to keep an eye out on any other travelers going our directions.
Maybe it's somebody from. I mean, we should be nearing one of the ships soon. Maybe it's the scouting party or something.
Maybe it's possible.
Wonder what came before that. Well, I don't know if I would know it's a big thing. That strange thing on the lake or these blueprints.
Nero and Dante have appeared beside you.
No, so quiet.
Hi.
Abigail is gonna look at them and kind of explain the situation, and she's gonna say,
Gotta go check on my wifey. 10-minute break.
"Got it."
Be right back.
I hate Discord.
Ooh. What makes you hate Discord right now?
Every damn thing.
Wifey was having a moment.
Oh dear.
My brother's having an affair.
Oh.
Okay, that was a good
Sorry,
timing. I swallowed.
Wow.
You should tell him to stop that.
Oh, trust me, we did.
Covered that on step one.
So, my brother's 28. He's been with his wife since high school. They have a child together. They've been married for 3 years. He's been canoodling with a 22-year-old woman and has met her parents. And I'm like, brother, you are married.
Hmm.
He drops this on us at 1:30 in the morning while he's in New Orleans with some guys.
Why? How?
I don't.
There's
I don't
so
know.
much to unpack there
There's
that
so
I
much
don't
to
know about your
unpack there. I
brother.
don't know if I can appropriately
Yeah.
do so in a
I mean, just
concise
like,
amount of time.
why would it suddenly come up at 1:30 in the morning?
I
That's
think
weird.
he was drunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Yeah. So he gets back Tuesday. And of course, I'm texting my sister-in-law and making sure she's okay. Of course, she's not okay, but I'm letting her know she's not alone. I feel awful for her. I feel awful for my nephew. You know, my brother fucked up.
Yeah.
My brother is kind of a dick, kind of an asshole. And then I text him. I'm like, look, I know you're going through some shit right now of your own making. I love you, but you fucked up. And he just texts me back, I love you. Fast forward to today, my mom sends us a fucking book of a text message, like a novella, saying she knocked on my door and I didn't answer, or that I couldn't be bothered to answer. And I'm like, Mom, when the fuck did that happen? Because she sure as shit wasn't on my Ring camera. So I think Mom's been hitting the bottle a little bit. I'm like, guys, it's D&D night. Leave me the fuck alone.
Not wrong. It's not
Yeah.
wrong. Is Lauren here?
Don't think so.
Okay.
No.
She's unmuted, or she's not showing as muted, or oh, I didn't know. Yeah, I think it's D&D night. Leave me alone. It's wonderful, succinct.
Yeah. So I was just like, just stop. Leave me
Yeah.
alone.
This will all be the same in an hour or two.
Yeah.
It will be the same.
Fuck, it'll all be the same tomorrow.
Yeah, you will have had the same affair. Feel like Ben was transplanted from a different life into this life. Like he was minding his own business in another timeline and got dropped here.
Probably.
Like, what the fuck?
I'm
Humans
still
are fun.
convinced Bo is a person trapped in a dog's body.
He feels
I
your
think
pain.
Louis understands human language. I just think he does.
I will talk to Stella sometimes, and don't get me wrong, Stella's pretty. I think most of the time when Stella doesn't do a thing, it's because she's like, "No, I'm really not interested in the thing you just suggested." But I will talk to Stella sometimes, and my wife will look at me and go, "You talk to her in full sentences, and I'm pretty sure she understands you." And I'm like, "I doubt that, but I'm sure she's listening for the keywords, so she can pass off the understanding."
It's like the telephone game, but with one per dog.
Yeah, it was funny because tonight we had Toby over. We were dog sitting, and Toby was in the garage, and he walks up because there's only one way to walk around the garage with all the freezers. It's like a C shaped kind of thing, and he comes up the one side of the C, and he can't reach me. He looks at me. He's like, I'm like, no, you have to go around the other way and come back to me. And he's like, and he turns and he starts walking, and he comes all the way around. Like, oh yeah, I can come back to see you this way. It's way easier. I can.
That's a sharp doggy right there.
That's a good dog.
Welcome back.
You were
Lauren?
saying my dog is literally doing that right now. I just turned to look at him and he's
He's so happy. All right. Well, you were in the midst of speculating on something when my wife was having a crisis. So, crisis averted.
I'm glad the crisis was averted.
Yes.
I don't remember what you're saying exactly.
Abigail turns to Nero and Dante and kind of explains what she sees, and she's going to ask them what their thoughts are on it.
Dante sort of looks at things and he goes, he kind of starts like kicking stuff, much less careful than you are. He's just like walking around, kind of like kicking at things, little lumps and whatever. He goes, I don't know, but it's kind of a big patch actually. And he sort of starts looking around at what you pointed out, and you realize that it's quite a wide section that has this sort of tamped down look to it now before the snow goes back to its sort of pristine state. Nero goes, I don't know, something happened here, and she starts to walk out on the lake, and she kicks the lake with her foot at the shoreline, and the ice holds firm, which apparently is enough for her, and she starts to walk out on the lake.
What are you doing?
She goes, I'm gonna go see what's out on the lake. Tommy has walked down the hill now that it seems to be the cool thing to do with his big bag of stuff, and he's kind of like you know how when you have a big backpack on, your balance isn't quite as good. He's kind of like zigzagging down the hill, and he gets to the shoreline, and he starts ruffling through his bag, and he finds something, and then he puts his ear to the ice and sticks this thing up against his ear. What are the other two of you? What are Kaiser and
clambering
Jared?
down the hill, but like, what are you doing? Don't you remember that time I took you ice skating?
Yeah, but we don't have skates.
There might be something in the water that came out to make some of those formations.
Really? Tommy goes, you think so? Well, I could be a problem. That could be interesting. And he's walking on his hands and knees, like brushing the snow as he goes out. He doesn't have any like compunction for, he's kind of ignoring everybody. He's like, oh, there might be something under the water. And he's kind of scribbling off, and he's dragging the satchel with him as he goes.
Why are we all walking on the ice? This feels like a bad idea.
Nero, get back here now.
Frozen.
Or you're grounded.
Doesn't mean it's strong enough to hold weight.
I offer you a GM intrusion that Nero falls through the ice. I don't know. I don't know if Kaiser wants it, or if Beatrice wants it, because they're technically both invested in Nero's fate.
I don't know if I would do that. I'm gonna be
well, I mean, one of you could take it and then give the other one the XP.
The XP.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it.
All right. Yeah, you watch as she goes, no, it's really thick. I kicked it once, and it cracked, and it opens up, splash. She's about like 30, 40 feet off of shore. Tommy immediately goes flat out like a starfish.
Yeah.
Abigail's gonna, when she sees Nero fall through the ice, she's gonna try and go get her.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
Level 4
Kaiser's
speed
do
check
the same
for anyone who's trying to get out to her.
Oh no.
How many of you are headed out to actually try and grab her? All three of you?
I was gonna say, I feel like if a lot of us go, that's gonna be bad. Kaiser's a little heavier than Beatrice, so he'll stay.
Right.
Level 4.
Tiara is taken here if both of you are going out, and she's looking for rope.
Somewhere in the camping supplies. Yeah,
No!
there's rope.
Oh
no!
Yeah, you get a few steps closer to her. Crack, splash. I will say you immediately take 2 speed damage, ignoring armor, because you're immediately thrust into ice cold water. It's like sapping your strength away.
That's real bad.
Okay, that makes me run to my sister.
All right.
Fast.
Abigail
give me
succeeded on her check, by the way.
All right, you get out to where Nero is. You hear behind you the ice crack. So you're between 2 like pools of ice. You realize that it is quite thick in some spots. It's frozen unevenly because of whatever has happened here. It's a level 4 might check to pull Nero out of the ice.
Absolutely.
You abandon your attempt to get the rope, and you just head straight for her on impulse. Is that what happened?
Rope,
Yes, I think she would call for somebody else to get rope, and she'd be running towards her sister.
Yeah, I give you an XP for abandoning the practical idea to get rope. And it is a level 4 speed check for you to try and get to your sister before she succumbs to the the water. It might not be as deep as you are all thinking now that you're fairly close to the shore, but certainly it's cold. Nice, Lauren. You haul Nero out of the ice as you lay down on the surface, grab her wrist. What does it look like as you pull her out?
I think Abigail literally just lays down flat to try and distribute her weight as much as she can, and she just like plunges her uh, um, her hands into the water and goes to grab Nero and yanks her up. And as she yanks her up, she goes, "Okay, so maybe we don't do that next time, but I appreciate your curiosity."
Because it's so cold.
Yes, it is. And she kind of shimmies them both to a safer part of the ice.
Greg, can I use
Yep.
my fleet of foot to get fast, and
Yep.
my pushing through means I get to ignore terrain?
Yep, no problem. You're on top of her.
Beautiful.
So we'll that saves you that check. You still have a level 4 might check to pull her out without pulling yourself into the ice at the same time.
Alrighty. Well,
Like lightning, you take like 5 steps on the ice and then switch and do a long slide up to your sister.
All right. Come on, Wolf. There we go. It's difficulty 4. Let's put some effort in. 1 asset. Oh, let's go.
Hey!
Yay!
Oh,
Two
yeah.
16s.
How do you grab your sister, who is, I would presume, flailing a little bit?
Yep, for sure.
Honestly, I think she just puts her arm in the water and pulls, and just like, I think it's the mom lifting the car over her kid sort of situation.
Yeah, you get just a whole handful of fabric from the back of her jacket or something, and you yank off on it. You feel everything tighten up under your armpits, and all of a sudden the water is sluicing off of you as you emerge from the very, very cold lake.
That's not graceful. We're like flopped on the back and breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Are you
That was
okay?
awful.
We could use some of that.
She hurt.
Hey,
She looks hurt a lot.
there. Come on. And I'm trying to like help you get up.
Yep. Yep.
You watch strangely as Tommy, splayed out, continues. He's rapidly wiping snow away in a wide arc, and he keeps scrambling out into the lake. He's ignored everything that has seemingly happened to people after the initial fall through, and it takes him like 30 seconds, and he covers like another 100 feet, and then he stops and he pulls himself up on his knees, and in a very strange, like contorted kind of tight voice, he bangs his hand on something that is at the surface, or that he's just uncovered at the surface, and he looks up at the sun overhead and he screams, "Why, Desima? Why?"
Tommy, once you get off the ice now, that's maybe don't yell. She's up there.
He's looking up at the sun as he does it, and he goes, he bangs on whatever's between his legs again, and he goes, "It's the mast! It's the mast!"
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Abigail will she's going to kind of take Nero to Kiara and Beatrice, and then she's going to turn and go towards Tommy as quickly and safely as she can.
Dante, as he's like kicking stuff around and whatever, he sort of grabs you and he pulls you and he goes, "I think the ice is actually a lot thicker if we go outside of the path." So he kind of like takes you onto an unbroken part, and it seems a lot more stable as you get out there. The deeper you get, the more frozen the ice is. So wherever Tommy is, he's not about to pop through.
Okay.
But as you get there, you see a long, dark shape under the ice that gets closer and closer to the surface, and the texture of wood milled round becomes apparent. And when you reach Tommy, the slightest edge of it has come above the surface, right at a splintered end. This is the mast of a star sailor. Tommy looks at you and says, "The cormorant, she's underneath us."
How? Oh, wait, he said that over there. I can't hear him.
Okay. Concerning, let's go back and tell the others.
He goes in his pack like he's gonna do something, like take
Tommy,
something, and then he realizes, yeah, you look at
there's
him.
nothing you can do.
He goes, you're right. And he tucks his little bits and bobs back in the pack, and he slings it on his shoulder, and he follows you back around the long way outside of the broken path. As you're walking back, you hear him, and he goes, landing on the ground with the trees is far less devastating than landing on water. I don't know if you know that, but water has like no give when you strike it at speed, whereas because we hit straight on with the keel through the trees, they kind of cushion our fall, in that the keel likely snapped when she hit the water, especially if she didn't hit straight on.
Well, I mean, it is likely that several people were able to get out based off of what we found on shore.
Right.
So there's that at least.
Made a camp. So somebody did something. Somebody got away. I mean, everyone was on deck, weren't they? A lot of people on deck when everything went down. I hope.
That depends, I guess, on what the captain ordered everyone to do or what the events were like prior to fall. For us, most of the people were below deck because that's what they were ordered to do.
Knew some of them, some of the crew.
Abigail puts her hand on his shoulder and kind of pats him gently. She
Not her wheelhouse.
not her wheelhouse, but she goes, perhaps some of them survived.
He gets back to the shore, and he points as he looks at all of you. He goes, "The cormorant, it's under there. She's scuttled, sunk, done." Can't believe it.
How is that possible?
Coming in at speed. When you hit water, it's like solid rock. It don't give. The keel broke. She wouldn't last long. And he kind of looks at the long path, right? And he's like, it might have just tore right through. He kind of like gestures as if to line up the long skid mark.
You think the lake was been frozen this whole time?
Oh yeah, probably. It didn't completely refreeze where we were walking on it. And he looks at the two soaked people. He's like, yeah, maybe not dancing on it was a good idea.
I wasn't dancing.
Or running.
Okay, so then the camp, was it the whole ship?
Greg.
Yep.
So right now, Kiara is looking for some fuel to get her sister, so her sister can start a fire. Would there be anything that we would see along the shore that we might not have noticed before because we weren't looking for it?
As you're walking along the shore, you actually see that someone has gathered. Like, you have trouble finding driftwood.
Yeah.
Because someone has actually gathered stuff up. You have to go quite far to get it, but you find a few pieces. And Dante's kicking around as he's done reveals like definitely one fire pit of a decent size. So someone did set up camp here and spent at least a day or two sorting things out. But comparing the space to the space that you guys needed, it's not a lot of people.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering. Okay, cool.
And the cormorant, that was where the head of the family was, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
the cormorant was the big boat, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck.
Damn.
Oh.
You come back with a handful of sticks.
They didn't need a very big camp.
Shit. You think that means she's dead?
Odds are pretty high if we're going by numbers. So you should start a fire. Hypothermia is a pretty serious thing. Nero needs the heat.
Have I seen Tommy's lighty up rock?
I would have told you about it if you hadn't seen it.
Okay. Tommy, can you get out your rock? The one that can fire?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And he digs through and he opens up this heavy leather little pouch he's found or made for it, and he sticks it in the one of them, and it starts to smolder, and then eventually bursts into flame, and he starts to orient in this old little fire pit. The snow starts to melt away, and heat starts to come out fairly decently. Dante heads off in the other direction, the opposite one to where Kiara went, to try and find more wood for his friend.
Did Cecilio come with us?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, it's hard to itemize what every single person is doing when you have 8 people.
Yeah, for sure. I think Abigail would want to talk to him about this, but that's a later conversation. But she definitely is looking around and seeing how people are reacting to the news.
The Flamen seems quite upset, but she also gets asked if she can do anything with the clothes from the people who are wet, and she has some sort of prestidigitation-esque thing, as you try and trade off clothes and strip down layers and stuff. She's able to dry things rather quickly rather than relying on the fire to do all of the work. It doesn't seem to take the light of Desimata to do it. It's takes her focus. It takes her a lot of time to do each one individually, but her and Louisa are helping out that way.
Take my recovery real quick.
Yeah.
That was not looking good for a second.
What was your lowest pool?
3.
Yeah, it's fine.
Those single digits, that's when it gets real.
Yeah. My speed went way down.
You over the course of the next hour, everybody gets dried off, gets warmed up, kind of put back together. Is there any other things you want to do at this site? Doesn't seem like they left much around the camp. Whoever was here cleaned everything up before they took it with them.
Is there any way I could see the ship without being on the ice, or no? Can I see the split off? Can I see where or it broke off?
Not really. It's
okay.
It's under there.
Never mind. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Sucks.
Don't it?
Yeah.
We should. Go ahead.
Is there, looking around the area, does it look like when they cleaned up, is there any indication on which direction they went?
Make me a level 4 investigation check.
With my skill in following and identifying tracks?
Yes.
Great, cool. Just checking. I'm gonna use the XP to reroll. Seems like important.
Sometimes the rolls go slowly.
Oh, gosh dang it.
Sometimes the
it's
high
hard
rolls
to
are
tell.
not coming in, guys.
No. The dice gods are like, nope, they're dead. As far as
No,
you
and
know,
yeah,
they're
as far as you know,
gone.
They're dead.
all
They're
dead
gone.
and
You never see them
gone.
again.
I have revealed the wreck of the cormorant on the map for those of you looking at the map.
Oof.
I revealed it on the map.
Sorry.
Okay.
Damn.
Damn it.
We should keep going.
Yeah, this just means that we have even a more reason to like the beacon.
Yeah. At
You
least under there,
continue.
nobody's coming back for us. No zombies coming out of that ice, hopefully.
You continue on. You sort of eat lunch as you walk. You have some dried rations from the village and some stuff that you brought with you. You keep heading on through the day. As you get to sort of the late afternoon, sun does still set early here, but you keep following this path and you come to what you suspect are the docks of Kalu. There are 3 buildings in a line at the docks close to the shore. There are 2 large boats that you can see wide-bodied and low, sitting on large wooden supports beside them, and a large rudimentary crane sits on the corner of the dock that juts out slightly into the lake proper. There are a number of smaller rowboats stacked upside down in long rows, sort of on some sort of stands, inverted. Nothing here recalls the majestic presence of the ibis or the cormorant and their long curving hulls, their beautiful flapping sails, all of those things. This is a much more pedestrian sort of setup. Um, on your approach, are you like just generally you're just going for a walk? Do you when you see the buildings, do you change that approach or you?
Unless everybody else is, Kaiser's just walking.
Does it appear to be a different vibe than the previous village?
You do not see that black smudge or anything like that, and you certainly don't see like any kind of religious icon or any kind of like landmark. It's just buildings and boats.
Okay. I think Abigail would just keep walking.
Yeah, just keeping my eye out.
So as you are walking down, you are probably 300 or 400 feet away. You can make out individual items and objects, but a figure sort of on the boardwalk around these buildings spots you approaching and turns to come up the path towards you. He wears a wide brimmed hat, long woolen coat, heavy boots. He gets about 50 feet away from you and he stops and he looks at you. He goes, "Travelers," he says it in like kind of a raspy voice. "Forgive my bluntness. The sun rose a few days ago. This was unexpected, as I'm sure you know. Do you know what is going on?"
Some of it.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, sir. Who are you?
My name is Tjorgen. I'm a sailmaker.
Have you seen any more travelers passing through here recently?
No, you are the first.
Did you see anything? And she'll point back to anything crash land towards the lake?
There was a strange light at the lake a few days ago. The glow faded over the course of a couple of days, but the dock warden thought it best we stay safe here. So if you know some of what is going on, if you could explain, I would be appreciative.
She's gonna take a look at everyone else and be like, "What do you think? How should we go about this?"
I mean, we just came from. What was the name of the village?
Nunir.
Yeah, we just came from a Nunir. Shared some fish with the elder, so.
So Nunir woke up?
Yeah. I think a lot of things are waking up.
Did you wake up recently?
Yeah.
Did you choose to go to sleep, or was that a choice made for you?
His eyes kind of squint, and he goes, "You should talk to the dock warden."
All right.
Sorry, did you say duck warden? Like,
Dock.
Doc.
Like
oh,
where a boat goes.
right. But that was Abigail asking
Yeah.
in person.
Just-
Get a little
And
nudge.
she like mimics a duck.
Quack, quack.
You're gonna get a nudge from Beatrice, like, "Don't do that."
There's
Not
been
in
some
the
kind of
part.
carryover from what's his face's spell that you seem to understand this man, is what I'm saying canonically.
Hey.
Universal translator.
He goes, "But you, I know you are travelers, but you look like a bit of," and he's like counting you. He's like, "You could be big enough to be raiding parties, so maybe not everyone gets to crowd in Doc Warden's office."
Very understandable. Yes.
4 of you? You
4
choose.
of us. Yes.
Which 4? He's like looking at all these people.
The 4 of us are on Discord.
Oh, those ones.
Yes, that
The ones whose
seems
faces I can
convenient.
see. Just come with me. Um, you will meet the.
Let me know if you see anything out here. Just keep
I don't.
watch.
We will tiptoe around over there, over here.
Don't die while I'm not looking.
Yeah, the same applies to you. What is the signal that we are in trouble? Just loud screaming?
I think so, yeah. Very little
Okay.
opportunity to misunderstand that. I love you.
Love you too. Cecilia looks at you, Abigail, not liking that. Just, strength in numbers is a thing that you
Right.
and him are well acquainted with. So you have an
For sure.
opportunity to say something to him or to.
Yeah, I think Abigail just says, well, that's unfortunate about the cormorant. But I think now, more than ever, it's important to protect those who are still here.
Get loyalty as a first self-preservation, is what you're saying.
Yes, I think so.
Can be loyal to 2 things.
You and I both know, Cecilio, we have lived far too long and have done far too much for that to be true.
I was being a positive thinker, and not to make that mistake again.
I think Kaiser has enough positivity for everyone. I'm gonna be honest.
Meanwhile,
I'm gonna.
Kaz's like, hey, what if, like, you're a raiding party?
Beatrice
And
has
just
put her.
I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but if one could be, 2 things can be true at the same time.
Kaiser, maybe we start off with a good foot.
This isn't my good foot. I'm a magistrate. I'm supposed to negotiate.
Everybody else sort of hangs around, and Cecilia goes, "I'm gonna go peek into some windows if I can figure out how to do it. If the opportunity presents itself."
Sounds like a good idea. See what we can find.
So there's a large building in front of two smaller ones, like in between two smaller ones that are these docks, and you get led to the larger one, and you walk in, and the room is dark, but not in the sense of the thick coating of darkness of Sonator, but in the sense of an utter lack of energy. The air inside is stale. And there are only 3 candles lit, 2 by the door, and 1 on a large desk that is feebly failing to illuminate the occupant. A tall figure with long, unkempt hair, the sense of a heavy coat sitting on her shoulders, is all you can muster. The rest of the room is clamped tight in darkness. The curtains are all pulled firmly across the windows, denying you any extra glimmer of information. There are other people in the room, at least 3, 2 sitting on benches on the left, 1 beside the dock warden at the desk in front of you. There are crates or boxes piled to the right, and there's a couple of tables near the entrance. You can only make out these things by little outlines, little flickers. And then there is a voice that is clear but has a rasp underneath it that is similar to the one in the man outside. A woman. "So, Tiargan, you have found signs of life. Who have you brought me?" And she leans forward, and her face is caught in the light of the candle. This woman. I think that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Oh, yeah.
No.
What the fuck?
Oh my god, a vampire.
I fucking knew he was a vampire.
Ah!
I was like, oh, these are gonna be vampires. He noticed the ship had already crashed. He'd been awake. Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
The way you said Nunyear woke up, I was like, ugh, he's.
Would it be not? It was way more fun if they're vampires.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
More fun if they're vampires.
Yeah, it's much more fun.
Greg, I want to clarify something real quick. Do I get XP every time I do the recap?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
every
I have
time.
not been doing that. I
So
don't.
everybody gets an XP for finding the vampires. Thank you
Yeah.
for coming to the docks.
Also, Natalie, did you take your 1 from me taking the GM intrusion?
No, I thought you were gonna give it to someone else.
No, I give it to you.
Oh.
'Cause you
Oh,
didn't
you
take the
did.
intrusion.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Oh, I get to go up a tier then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you get tier 2, or you get an advancement, or you get a whole tier.
It's 3. I get advancement. I'm sorry, advancement. My bad.
You get 3rd advancement. Cool.
Yes, 3rd advancement.
Yeah, I took my 3rd advancement. I added to my effort.
So
Very
we can only
nice.
do one type of edge and effort for each.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they ought to be
effort's
different. So
just effort.
the 2 that's left are. So you took edge and effort as your first 2 advancements.
Yes.
So you can add 4 to your pools, or you can pick a skill.
Skill. I gotta pull up Cipher though.
You can
Yeah,
divvy
cipher
those
skills
4
are-
up between whatever.
Yeah, you don't have to put them in one category if you wanted the 4 pool points. I'm trying to get you guys to tier 2 because shit gets way cooler at tier 2.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to hand out more XP.
Vampires, so that
Yeah.
I feel like there's some XP in the future.
Can we get an XP for finding the wreckage of the Cormorant?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't give you one. Absolutely.
Oh
Great.
shit.
I'm gonna take my 3rd advancement then.
Thank you for being appropriately gut punched at the wreck of the Cormorant, by the way.
God.
Oh, that's
Very
When he
sad.
said the mast, I was like, oh fuck.
I was like, fuck, no,
Oh,
that's so
shit.
bad.
Oh, I'm 1 XP away from tearing up.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll have to do the recap next week.
Yeah.
Go
Set
for it.
myself up.
Introduced finding the mask though. Oh my
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
god.
Tommy? Not
What's he gonna
Tommy.
find? What's he gonna
Oh.
find?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have fun around here.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be just like some weird Tommy thing. You know, he was gonna find something cool, and instead, I was gut punching.
I thought it was gonna be like a monster powered by whatever's underground. So that was like, oh god.
Yeah, I thought a monster might pop out. I was like, oh no.
And then I went looking for the camp size. It's like, it's way smaller. I was like,
No.
I'm gonna
oh
take a
god.
skill in perception.
Abigail talking to Tommy about it though. I mean, most people are on the deck.
Prayers, sorrows, and prayers.
Yeah.
Sorrows.
How many people were on the deck? Well, they may have been below deck. Like that's better.
Yeah.
Way worse in this case.
Yeah.
So bad.
Actually, they might have.
Hey, when the keel breaks, the boat opens right up.
That gooey, peoply center.
Oh no!
I love the back and forth between Kiara and Beatrice. Like, hey, you're gonna take this seriously, right? I take everything seriously. Yeah, but like on purpose. Are you saying I don't?
Yes.
I understand that these characters aren't meant for a long campaign, but at the same time, I will miss these characters when they're gone.
Yeah, they're fun.
Because they're all people who are doing their best in the worst possible situation.
Yeah.
Do what you can.
Yeah, do what you
can. I do like the art that came out that the vampire lady looks feral.
Yes.
Yeah.
She look a little feral, look a little hungry.
Yep. Yeah,
when she says you've brought signs of life. Oh!
I knew. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that was the like, wait, what?
Is there a skill that allows me to be trained in my armor?
I don't know if you can take. There's a restriction on what skills you can take
You can't take
regarding
weapons or
combat.
armor,
Yeah,
sadly.
I might have to take fast talk.
There's also
you can pick a skill.
I think defense tasks you can also you are technically not allowed to be skilled in.
Yeah.
But we've done it in the past.
But you can you don't have to pick the skills off that list as well if there's a skill that you think would be appropriate. There's what did you take? Yeah, bandaging. And also Ben in the previous campaign took what was it, making decisions under pressure?
It was overcoming difficulty under it was just something I could apply to like everything.
You could do pleasant social interaction.
What was the one that Isabel has? Weird. There was somebody who had
dealing with weirdness. Understanding weirdness, which is kind of like understanding Numenera, but it's a little broad because you can't take the Numenera one as a skill. But understanding weirdness was funny. My favorite is.
I thought you could take.
No, well, so technically, if you have and this is you have to I've had to reread the rules a couple times, but I'm pretty sure the way it works is if you have whatever you have in understanding Numenera, like if you're an Nano and have understanding Numenera, you have an inability in every other Numenera skill. So you have to take it twice as a skill to get up to understanding again, because you go from inability to untrained.
Yeah.
And then you have to take it again to get to trained.
Yeah.
So Kevin did it as Booth, I think.
He did it as Survey.
Where he got with Survey, he got to trained in one of them. Crafting Numenera, yeah. But it took it really invests a lot of your advancement.
I had to do that for physical attacks. Night attacks because I
go from inability to untrained to. It's a weird little system. Cypher's
I was
talking
debating
about
doing that for Wyla because she had an inability in anything Numenera.
Yeah. Which is ironic considering what happened with her and the machine that.
Some things don't fit as well narratively as they do with the characters. Cypher's been on about their supplements simplifying character creation. But also, there's also been talk about hit points being broken out from pools, and I'm like,
I'm not
gonna play your system. I'm not gonna play your system with that rule in place. But
also,
it was funny
the
because
character creation is pretty simple, anyways.
well, in Numenera it is because there's a limited number of focuses and types that you can take.
Cypher. Okay,
but it's Cypher who's looking at when they put out a supplement, designing character creation, like when they do like a cyberpunk thing, having templates that are better suited to say, this is your cyberpunk, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, my daughter is sending me.
Hey, Lauren.
Oh.
Yes.
Your 3 options for Numenera are pretty freaking cool.
Thank you. Thanks. I am debating which one to do. I think I'm gonna have to wait until we get the actual pitch, like the full thing, before I decide which one I'm gonna go with.
I'm betting it's gonna be number.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just messaged Lana to say, hey, I know you're busy, but I haven't gotten anything from you, and I'm, everybody else is throwing stuff at me, so I kind of just curious where you're at. And she apologized, and I'm like, okay, the objective was not to get an apology from you. I know you're busy. And then she jumped in on everything today and was like, holy shit.
I found it, Greg. It's in Destiny. It's the persevering descriptor. You are trained in tasks related to endurance and keeping at an undertaking in the face of difficulties.
Yes. So many times that saved your ass. But yeah, I absolutely would. Keeping at an undertaking in the face of difficulty is a great skill to have in Numenera.
Could I take investigate? So I can be trained in perception?
Well, you could take investigation or perception, either or. If you don't have, do you have one of them already?
No, I don't have either.
Yeah, you can take investigation or perception. Generally, investigation is when you're laying your hands on things and poking around. Perception is when you are at a distance and looking at something. That's how I treat the difference between the two of them.
I ended up taking perception. I was like, that
think
seems like a skill Abigail needs.
That's what I got.
I feel like investigate would be a little bit more.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Investigate.
Reading everybody's character ideas. This is so cool.
Yeah. I'm not worried, but I'm like, okay. I need to know how these people think that they know one another once they settle on stuff, because otherwise this is like trying to make tossed salad with your eyes closed and a very sharp knife.
Yeah.
Like,
would this be trained for this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, you go to skills. It would be an intellect skill. It would be trained. We need help adding the character sheet?
Yeah, I got it already.
Okay, cool.
That's pretty simple.
I think for me, it's because of that, Greg, of the idea that everyone needs to know of each other or about each
At least
other in
a
some
couple
way.
people. Yeah, like.
Yeah, I don't think I would love to play sci-fi vampire. That just seems fun, especially considering there's a sci-fi werewolf.
Werewolf, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think that if that's the case, I'm leaning a little bit more towards the robot because she would have been a Skycar operator, so she would know people around the city.
This could be a vampire who knows people around the city. Just take the same role.
The same. My intention with the vampire was that she would be incredibly terrified of the city, so she doesn't move around
that
it.
Doesn't work. Yeah, that doesn't work at all.
No. So
Like,
unless people were training with her or some way, shape, or form, she wouldn't really know anybody.
Anybody who knows Kevin's character can know mine.
My current thought about sort of how does the band come together has a bit to do with I kind of want to lean into the pseudo-religious precognition and whatchamacallit, prophecy and those kinds of things, where someone seeks out a bunch of you and go, well, we need you specifically to do this thing, because it was foretold, cool. Right? Like, And you're all going, what do you mean foretold? Like you don't have to believe in it, right? But it's like,
Yeah.
oh, and those of you who don't believe it, it's like, oh, and we have money to pay you, or or we can get you resources, or whatever else, to sort of get you on the hook for the first thing. And then of course complications ensue, and you won't want to split up. We hope. But it also, like, as we build the characters, it kind of helps if someone knows something that someone else needs to know, right? Above table. That often helps things come out at the table. Because one of the things was, and I have to talk to Lana more about it to like hash out what my actual thinking was, but Lana was like, oh, I want to be someone important. I'm like, well, Isabel's character is someone who potentially took something from a religious order that she wasn't supposed to take, and is now kind of persona non grata with them. But if you also had been excommunicated, but then spotted this person knowing that they were out of place, trying to figure out how to get back in the good graces of this organization by maybe, figuring out why they had left and then turning them in or getting the thing back for them or whatever else, right? Sort of this little dance of, I know you're important, but you're really important to me socially and politically to, get back up. But it has to be a thing where she can't hurt them, right? Like the requirement is that's a little bit of a what do you call it? Sticky wicket. But the idea that they both come from the same church initially is kind of interesting to me.
What is the name of
And then
this
one of
session?
them gets taken over by a parasite.
Yes. This session's called Pressing North.
Pressing North. All right.
Well, the idea is that the parasite didn't have enough information to correctly navigate the situation that they were in, and that's what